Welcome back to another edition of FlowState. We got our friend Tiga here today with us. Beautiful day. Pumped for a great conversation. Well, I don't know if it's technically a conversation. Might be some ranting. Today, on the top of my mind, we got a few things. We got overall health and wellness, so specifically physical activity, training, the routines that can be built to sustain a training schedule that is both fulfilling, joyful, empowering, and delivers on much needed gains. And then I think we'll come back to that. But first, a little personal anecdote about patience, about focus, about long-term goals, and how we can be so easily distracted by allowing our unconscious mind to take hold. So specifically, this morning was great. Actually had a little coaching session, a fitness training session with a couple of people, which was great. Some body weight, some lightweight exercises, mobility work. It was beautiful. Sun, listening to some electronic music, got that vibe going, that sweet fucking vibe. And then organized the house, cleaned up, get all the things put away, dialed in, get the day reset and ready. And then one thing led to another, and I was like, oh, might as well prepare some food for later. I was also hungry by that point, so I ate, and the kids were hungry. Liz was hungry, so it was cool. It was super chill. And then I started preparing for the video that I'm going to be recording today. And there was this inflection point where suddenly things started to shift. The energy in the room, I could feel it. It was palpable. Tiga, come on, you don't really want to be eating garbage. Palpable, okay? And if you have kids, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Someone will say something, and basically what's happening is ego is being triggered in a collective, meaning two or more people. And, you know, the ego loves that shit. They're like, what did you just say to me? Or you looked at me like this. And they're children. They feed off of emotion and reaction. A lot of conscious behavior in our house, but you know, we're all humans, so a lot of unconscious behavior as well. And where I fit in the mix was I had set up my desk, or not really a desk, but you know, a little workstation, cleared off some space, because I write out a script to read for these videos. If this is the first time you're tuning into this, well, thank you. Please subscribe and all that. Secondly, I would encourage you to check out some of the non-FlowState videos, which is the videos that I end up shooting on these excursions. So they're scripted, and I need to write out the script on a piece of paper, so it's convenient for me to reference while I'm on location and, just want to optimize everything and make it easy. So I'm writing it out, and every 2 seconds it was literally, Daddy, this or this, and so easily derailed. I mean, it's so beautiful and so humbling to be put in a situation where you're trying to do any kind of work that is in alignment with your future you, in alignment with high-level objectives that are in service to others, to be able to provide insight and elevate the human experience. And every 5 seconds, every second, it was like one person saying something, and then I would go help. And then you just take a breath, you reset, you're back at your desk, and you wrote one letter down, and then just bam, another request or this. And these are requests that require some compute. Sorry, we'll just pause here for a moment. A little traffic. I don't know if you can see, so there's these blind sides, and there's that mirror that helps avoid any possible ticket. Let's get you off this. Okay, all right. Got a different leash today. Got both my hands back. Get a little carpal tunnel. My cough is almost cleared up. Thank you for asking, by the way. So anyways, I mean, how sweet it is, the pressure that can build up so easily if you're not centered, if you're not in control of your faculties, if you are behaving with the ego at the forefront of your energy field, you will always be Tiga, no, hey, get out of there. You will always be reacting. You will never have a conscious moment because, well, how can you? It's not even a possibility. It's all reactive. And it's like the ego, I could feel it in me. I was like, how dare you disturb, please give me a break, obviously. First of all, let's be real. There are very few people who actually do important work, So let's just keep that in check. It's like that in alone should be deserving of an hour-long podcast rant about self-grandizing behavior, and it's just like, give me a fucking break. But it's real. The emotion that instills is real, and that's very important, and that's one of the things that I wanted just to flush out today, because not only is it real, but it just happened and I felt it. So to me, one of the greatest indicators of intelligence is how quickly can you recover from a mistake or a situation that then created an emotional buildup inside of you. How quickly can you recover from that? That's a clear indication to me, a metric for intelligence. People who have low intelligence will keep repeating the same mistake over and over again, and they don't learn from the mistakes, which, it's kind of the same thing but different. And it takes forever to shake them out of whatever hold took place. Their primal emotion just latching on like a tiger sinking its teeth into a gazelle. It's a nasty fucking place to be. And my purpose is to provide tools, actionable strategies to make sure that in part that doesn't happen. And if it does happen, to reduce the total amount of time that it takes you to recover. We're all human, it's gonna happen. I mean, it happened to me just 20 minutes ago. The difference between my awareness of the context of what was happening, the people, my own ego rearing its nasty little head, and then quickly reframing and turning it into a moment of empowerment by living up to, ooh, the ocean is gorgeous today, by living up to a higher standard, which means being conscious, which means being very present with great intensity and calmness to be able to effectively help others in their time of need. It is such a fundamental thing to being human. Challenges that are going to arise when you least expect them to. Challenges that are going to arise when you expect them to. Could you imagine knowing that something was about to happen, the thing happening, and then you losing your shit over it? The only person suffering is you, and then the byproduct of that suffering are those around you, especially in a situation where your level-headedness is required in order for shit not to really go sideways. The ego loves status, right? It's like, how dare you interrupt me when I'm doing this precious, important work? You know? Oh man, look at this day. Woo! It's such a beautiful and humbling moment to use as a point of reflection. Sorry, I'm just going to tweak this here. And which way are we going to go? This way. A humbling and beautiful point of reflection to be able to use and add to our toolkit of what to do and what not to do. And then to have the awareness to take advantage of the tools. You know, it's like showing up to someone's house and going into their kitchen, and they have all the fucking toys. Sous vide machine, you know, like 14 different knives that do just that one thing, like crazy shit. Ah, fuck, that hurt. Cactus. I feel like, oh wow, speaking of cactus, this is a prickly pear, and this is actually edible here. I don't know if it's in season now. Ah, fuck. Oh my God, I just got totally fucked up here. Hold on. Can you see this? This is crazy. I don't know. Look at that juice. Still too bitter though. Fucked my finger up though. Oh well. C'est la vie. You don't want those little thorns sticking in your... All right, Tia, come on. I have to say, this is my favorite spot right here. I just love the way the rocks go down. It's actually lava. Fantastic, beautiful day. And I just lost my train of thought. Tiga, this way, buddy. Come this way. Love it. Maybe that'll be the YouTube thumbnail. Take it this way. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Oh, it's also low tide, which is fantastic. I forget exactly when it said it was the lowest tide. I think maybe an hour ago, which is phenomenal because so much of the lava formation, those natural pools, are covered up with water. And now, because it's low tide, you can see all of this is exposed, because there are times when I'm down here and all of this is just completely underwater, which is so cool. Just different experiences. That's actually a great pool for swimming. Fantastic pool over here. So, oh yeah, I remember now. Are you peeing right in the trail? So anyways, I just wanted to share that because I thought it was such a real life, real world example of how one little thing can trigger and metastasize into basically destroying your whole fucking day. You know, I'm sure this has happened to you. You're feeling good, everything's pumped, you're just like, I love it, love my life. And then, you know, it's like something just happens completely out of the blue and it just derails your whole fucking day. I know it's happened to me before, but it hasn't happened in a long time because I'm not here to suffer. I'm here to empower. I'm here to work hard. And I'm here to elevate the human experience for the people around me and myself. That's why I'm here. But that statement, that framework for life was something that I had developed over the last 7 or so years, really focusing and going deep, resolving issues from my past, from my childhood, even up until recently when I didn't realize that I was holding on to these limiting beliefs or just allowing for other people's perceptions of who I am and what I'm supposed to do and all this kind of shit pollute my mind and distract me from my purpose. And whether you know what you're doing or what you want to do as your life's work and purpose from a high level perspective or not, it doesn't matter. It's your authentic expression of your identity. It means not just agreeing for the sake of agreeing. When someone asks you a question, you give a truthful, honest, polite answer. If you need to be critical, you need to show up with details. Okay, you need to, I think I just found our location today. Sorry. I guess that's why we call this flow state, right? Just free flowing. So let me finish my thought. I think, the thing that comes to mind, for example, is let's say you're invited over to someone's house for dinner or whatever, right? Use whatever analogy you want to what I'm about to say. And the food is good, it's not great, it's fine, but there's something that doesn't necessarily, you're not vibing with it for very specific reasons. Just to say something is bad, that's a low status comment. That's meaningless. It has no benefit to the person receiving it. Well, what does that even mean? It's like, oh, thanks so much for dinner. I really appreciate you cooking. As a first sequence in responding to a question, oh, do you like the food? And then you can be specific, gentle, truthful, and kind, and express yourself in a way that is constructive to the individual receiving it because they asked, but also not trying to be something else than what you are, okay? Which is that you're tapping into this expression, this identity, without trying to allow for other people's bullshit to affect the way you feel after or before you want to say something. The fish was perfectly cooked, but I didn't quite care for the vegetables, which I found to be overcooked for my taste. You know, it's like, be specific. Help the other person who's asking for this information in the best way that you can, while not compromising your integrity. I'll give you another example. Someone comes in and is like, oh, how does this shirt look on me? Be direct, be specific with your words, be kind, and be present. There's nothing that you can say or do if you follow that framework that won't keep you in a position of integrity. If you say, oh, that looks great or whatever, that's a bullshit answer for bullshit people. Oh, I think that shirt is a little bit tight around your sleeves or your midsection. Maybe consider trying a different size, or, you know, whatever. Oh, that color really complements your eyes, or, maybe this option would be better for this reason. Be specific. I'm really enjoying this kind of moment right now because I am reflecting on so many scenarios in my life, my past life, before I became clear and sunk my teeth into this journey towards, and I hate to use this word, but it, you know, because it's really being thrown around a lot, which is enlightenment. And it means so many different things to so many different people because it's very ambiguous. To me, what it means is being clear, present, and not allowing your emotions to dictate your behavior. Seeing the world for what it is, and then, you know, there's all kinds of nuance to that and other things, but the foundation to enlightenment is clarity, stillness, and presence. But that word is so overused, and it's, I mean, it's like borderline ego-driven, you know? I mean, it's like, it's been co-opted so hardcore. And I need to develop another word that represents the idea to which I'm speaking, the clarity, the presence. It's something that Eckhart speaks about intensely. And he's quite a hilarious person as well. On that note, I'll catch you soon after my video is finished. All right, we're back. What a great session. I'm sure you're going to be excited to see the final result. I know Tiga had a blast. I took the opportunity because it was so beautiful to get a little sun tanning. Oh shit, small rocks. And by sun tanning, I mean taking full advantage of being secluded, stripping down, and allowing those beautiful rays to penetrate my skin and fuel my body with that oh so lovely radiation. Just joking. But not really, because it actually is. But anyways, So we have about, I don't know, max half an hour. Less than that to conclude our session today. We didn't even talk about fitness. Man, this is so gorgeous down here. I'm just thinking of how to segue. I realize that it's a little harsh going from one topic to another, mostly because I don't fully remember where we left things. Probably should work on that. Oh, you know, the afternoons are super nice here. Should consider coming here in the afternoons to record these sessions as well as in the morning. Just fantastic. So, let's pivot to fitness, because I think it's an integral part of living in to the best version of yourself, is being healthy. It's not about looking good. Looking good is a byproduct of health. And there are so many people that quote unquote look good, but are not healthy at all. Could barely walk a mile. And I think that just speaks volumes to the culture that we're fighting against, because you're constantly inundated with unnatural representations of humans. It's kind of steep. So magazine covers, Hollywood, that's not fucking normal. That's super airbrushed. It's basically fucking CGI. Now, having said that, there are people that are natural that look that way. And, you know, more power to them, but I don't think that's the majority of people. And it's certainly not sustainable for most. I mean, that's the whole thing. They're actors. They're acting. It means training to look a certain way, to sound a certain way for a role. And when that role is done, you've done your job, you revert back to whatever baseline you had. Now, for some people, that is still extremely healthy and fit. But the point is that we're not actors pretending. We're real fucking people with real world shit doing the best putting forth the effort is what is required to do the best. People often say, I'm doing the best I can. Well, honestly, that's subjective. Your best is different than my best. And who are you competing with anyways? You should be competing with yourself. Ah, fuck. It's kind of the point, right? I don't know who else you'd be competing with or against. So what does it mean to be dedicated? I feel like I have 3 more days of this shit left, and then I'll be done. What does it mean to be dedicated? A lot of people throw around the word sacrifice. I don't see it that way. Don't look at it like you're sacrificing something for something else. That is the wrong way of looking at it. Sacrifice gets you nowhere in life. Reframe your thinking. Make it active and make it about empowerment. Make it about living in to your future you. Make it about agape love, the purest form of the spirit. Because if it's anything other than that, you're in it for the wrong reasons. That's why the money game, the rat race, is such a trap. It's like that Al Pacino line, Godfather 2 or 1, I don't know. It's like, I'm gonna butcher this, but anyways, as soon as I thought it was out, they pulled me back in. It's like, as soon as you think you've hit a new level, you become aware of the fact that you're just starting all over again. And that mental framework is not for you, but the person who owns you. This is not to say that if you're just starting out and you have a 9-to-5 job, whatever the case may be, and you're doing it as a means to an end, being able to afford rent, food, etc. But you feel called to something else, then you need to be in alignment with that calling and approach it as if you were a bodybuilding competition. I don't believe in sacrifice. I believe in a future version of myself. I believe in deepening relationships. I believe the information I read on strength training is real, which is why I'm committed to strength training in addition to cardio, in addition to exposing my body, my eyes, and my mind, my breath to the sun and to nature, which is why I'm willing to recalibrate how I spend and invest my money. I invest my money in experiences. I invest my money in doing things as a family to deepen our bond together. I do not take that money and buy a Rolex with it, or whatever, and it's like all relative to the amount of money that you have. Tiga, come. I totally forgot to put a leash on you. There's a good boy. In the flow state. It's a beautiful thing. You were so good, so well behaved. Not that I would have an issue keeping him off the leash here, but it's just an unnecessary risk. Finding a gym close to where you live, like really close. If you're lucky enough to be able to walk there, that's the way to do it. Going to bed on time is so important. It is as close to non-negotiable as I get, within a loose spectrum. But I know how profound of a difference it makes waking up naturally, feeling well rested, and already feeling caffeinated. That feeling you get when you crush a night's sleep. You didn't wake up once. You just wake up naturally at whatever time, 8 hours, 9 hours after you went to bed. Could be less too, but you really want to eat. Oh man, home stretch. Focus on the big picture, long term. Short term is a waste of time. Make plans, live into those plans, and work on building a foundation for you to be strong, healthy, without any ailments or the need for prescription medicine as you get older in life. If you drink alcohol, do it in moderation and don't drink back to back. It wreaks havoc on your system. If you smoke cannabis, do it mindfully. Do it with intention. Don't do it to escape. It's the same thing for alcohol. So many people are consumed by altering their state of mind because they're deeply unhappy. They're unfulfilled in life because they lack the focus to see clearly one step ahead of them. You can see the future. You can live into it. It starts by seeing clearly what the finish line looks like, smells like, tastes. And the funny thing is, you're never gonna get there. And that's not the point. The point is the journey. The point is the reps. Writers write. Every day they write. It doesn't mean that they publish. It doesn't mean that what they write is any good, but they write. Gratitude. Are you the type of person that says please and thank you at every opportunity? Do you instill that behavior by leading the example for your family and friends and your acquaintances? When it's just you and your wife at home, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, son, daughter, father, do you say please and thank you? When no one's there watching? It's the small details that make all the difference. It's what elevating the human experience is all about. It's the micro actions that we take every day. All right, I'm home. This was brilliant. See everyone next time.